People may be surprised, given the way that you coach, Art, that when you first started coaching in high school, you were a wishbone guy, right? So you went from 3 running backs to no running backs. How did that transition happen?
You know, it all worked out. You know, really, I was a veer guy and a wishbone guy coming up. Of course, I played at the University of Houston under Bill Yeoman, the innovator at Houston veer. And so and there's still a lot of veer terminology in our, you know, package today, and a lot of wishbone terminology also. You know, we have some running plays and play action stuff. It's off, you know, kind of the veer terminology that was used years ago. But, you know, it just, it was a great offense. You know, it's a great equalizer, you know, which spread's a great equalizer. I mean, I really believe if somebody was patient enough to, and there are a few teams, Stanford might be one of them, you know, patient enough to line up and, you know, pound the ball today, that you can, you know, have an advantage, because a lot of the defenses are geared for the, you know, wide open style of play. So it's just whatever you believe in. You know, we believe in what we do, and our guys believe in it, and, you know, we're going to spread it out and we're going to play ball fast.
What was the change? Because by the time you got to Stephenville, you pretty much went to that spread concept. Was it just because you looked at the athletes you saw and they were smaller, they were quicker, or,
you know,
or did you want to create that?
You know, really, my first head coaching job in high school was in 1984 at Hamlin, Texas, a little 2A school out in West Texas. You know, the first year there, we go 14-0-1. You know, we got penetrations at the time. You know, there's no tiebreaker, so that was a tiebreaker, penetrations. There's no sudden death, you know, or overtime. But we kind of, you know, ran up against a team with better talent, you know, and I kind of figured out, you know, hey, the deeper you're going to go in the playoffs, you know, you're going to get against people that are possibly better than you talent-wise. And so you got to have some edge. So in '85, you know, we went to the shotgun one back. We spread it out a lot more, threw it around. I think I had maybe a 3,000-yard passer then. And, you know, went 15-1. You know, had a good year. But that's kind of where it all started, because, you know, you're going to come up against people that got just as good or better people than you got somewhere, someday. And so what you better have is an edge, and that was our edge.
It's pretty interesting, Coach, because, you know, I come from the basketball world, where if a coach is going up against a team with better athletes, better players, he's trying to slow the game down. He wants the game to be in the 40s, not in the 80s. This is the opposite perspective. I got to speed this thing up. I mean, it's kind of counterintuitive. More possessions, more changes of possession should benefit the team with the better athletes.
Well, yeah, it just depends on whether that team with better athletes is down 14 points. You know, I mean, if you're pointing up and scoring, then all of a sudden it changes all their mindset and their concepts and their schemes, and all of a sudden a team that likes to play slow has to play fast. You know, and you know, in the basketball world, I mean, the slow downs, you know, almost nil. You know, in 1976 with Dean Smith and them, you know, you could spread it out in four-cornered a little bit, but, you know, those days are over. So it's really kind of hard to slow down in either sport, just because of the way the rules are involved. But there's a lot of different ways to look at it. I think, you know, now we've got to the position where our talent level is equal and possibly better in some situations. So it just fits us.
And now it's really working.
Yeah, it fits us to play that style now.
So whatever system you have, if you have better players, better athletes, it works better? Is that what you're saying?
It seems to. You know, situations a lot of times determine success.
Do you not use a playbook at all? Do you not have a playbook?
Never have.
That's interesting. How's that work?
You know, it seems to work pretty well. You know, we've never done it. I just think it's a visual world. You know, and I think if I hand somebody a playbook, it's got, you know, 275 pages in it with everybody's assignments, or I give them a, you know, an iPad and a video to watch that's got everything, you know, on visual, that I think they'll learn faster, you know, just watching it, because everything they do is all through vision today. And, you know, I think that's the way people learn. When you see something, you retain it. When you read it, you believe it and dream it. You know, you have to form that image. You know, when you see it, then that image is there. And so that's the way we teach. That's the way our players learn.
Is that unusual, or is it becoming more prevalent for guys to get away from a specified playbook?
You know, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to ask a bunch of other people, but that's just what we've always done. We put our plays on the board, we go over with our guys, and we put them on, you know, video and let them watch them, and that's how they learn.